Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And last time we wrapped up the Robot Master stages, and we went to them in, well, basically the most efficient way possible, because the only one we had to go back to was Shade Man, but you have to go back there at least once anyways. So let's go rampaging through the middle of the city here and go shopping. We also have to return this Hyperbolt back to Auto. He's a Bolt Brain. And that activates this weird pose. Awesome. Now he works more efficiently. There's new items. And the stuff he had in stock before was half off. You'll also see that he has in stock every item that we could pick up from the stages by rush searching. So if you want to grind for bolts, or you died a lot and you ended up grinding for bolts anyways, you could pick up the stuff there if you don't know where it's located. Oh yeah, I also changed the background to this, or the border. That's a nice border. It's better than having a stage select as a border. And I'm gonna pick up. We're fine on E-tanks. I'm gonna pick up a few of the W-tanks. I don't think we'll need that many, but you never know. And this is Wily's castle. It's a very... I mean, it looks like a Wily castle, but it looks like a very generic-looking Wily castle. Like, there's nothing really special about it. Now we get into what is probably my favorite music of the game. I love the boss music. I love Freeze Man, Shade Man's theme, Cloud Man. I like a lot of the themes in this game. Intro theme. But I think this one just kind of takes it. It starts out rather somber, and it just kind of slowly builds and builds into like a feeling that something is going to be epic. Things that are not epic are these platforms. I am surprised I made that jump. Usually I do not make that. Because slow, clunky Mega Man, it didn't look like I was going to make it. That's another one of my criticisms of Mega Man 7. It didn't look like I was going to make that jump, but I made it. So, okay. Then we get the lights turning off theme here. It's a little bit disorienting. Let's get up to that platform. So we'll adapt to the situation. Unfortunately, we did not adapt well enough, apparently. I want that 1-up. Oh, Rush Coil. Really? Okay, fine. I'm not going to go all the way back and use Rush Jet from a point and then try to get up there. Although I could probably use Rush Jet from that one platform I originally tried adapting to the situation from, and jump off of Rush Jet and get there. Too late now. I'm sure we won't need it anyways. So these platforms, they're like a combination of the Crash Man platforms and Guts Man platforms. And then they also turn the lights off, which I'm annoyed by that. I don't like those platforms at all. Especially because it's Mega Man 7. I don't feel they behave consistently enough. Now, this part always gives me trouble. I just didn't... See, when they're spinning, you can't land on them. At least they don't, like, push you out of the way or anything. But then they suddenly become solid. Maybe I'm supposed to go to the right. No, we're not going to the right. We're going to ignore that half of the thing. Now that is actually a really tricky E-tank to get. If you try to get it, don't use Rush Coil. You will instantly die. You cannot take a full jump and use the Super Adapter boost. Super Adapter, remember, is a fixed boost every time you use it. So what you need to do is not take a full jump, do like a half jump and use it, or a 3/4 jump and use it. Hey, it's Bass. He has already hit me more than he did in the intro stage. I dislike this fight against Bass, partly because I'm not doing well. I almost never do well here. Like, don't be coming back here. I don't feel like dying here, so we're gonna E-tank up. I can always pick up or buy another one anyways. And let's adapt to the situation, because now I just want to punch him in the face. I find Bass here to be fairly difficult to dodge, mainly because, you know, Mega Man takes up so much of a portion of the screen, takes up more of the screen than he really should, and then slow and floaty and clunky makes it really hard to react to attacks in this game in general. And every time I play through Mega Man 7, which is not that often because it is my least favorite, I just feel more and more of that. Speaking of things I don't like, remember Dr. Wily took that Guts Man from the museum? Yeah, well, he's back. And apparently we can't punch him in the face, we're going to claw him in the face. Basically like a Mega Man cat. So there, his weakness is Slash Claw. Ow. And what you want to do is you want to use Slash Claw and you can knock that block back into him. If you don't do that, you're probably going to get hit by it. You're almost certainly going to get hit by it. When Gutsman moves in to do that, there's, again, almost nothing you can do about that. I really hate this fight. In fact, I dislike all of the main bosses in Mega Man 7's Wily Castle. And 7 out of the 8 Robot Masters that have the attacks that lock your movement. Yeah. So I've had kind of a roller coaster of my stance on Mega Man 7. Like, as a kid, I very rarely got to rent Mega Man 7. I never owned the game on the Super NES. I don't know why my parents never bought it for me. Usually it was my dad that was buying me video games for my birthday and Christmas and whatnot. And he bought me like all the Mega Man X games. And it just, Mega Man 7 just never happened for some reason. I don't know why. So I never owned the game as a kid. I got to play it a handful of times, but I know I never beat it as a kid. Not until the Mega Man Anniversary Collection. And then I remember I was kind of excited to get back and try the game because I'd never fully experienced it. And I ended up disliking the game. And then after playing it some more, seeing another Let's Play of it, I kind of began to appreciate some things about Mega Man 7 a bit more, especially some of the weapons and their strength and some of the cool things you can do with them. Let's be real, not everything about this game is bad. I know I've been complaining about it a lot. And so then I ended up having like an okay, decent, you know, bottom tier good view of it. We're just punching people in the face through the floor. That's awesome. I mean, we have that ability. So the game can't be all bad when it lets us punch stuff in the face. But now I'm kind of at the point where, you know, I play it again and I'm disliking it. I'm like sloping back into the dislike side of things. This is a really cool fight. Probably my favorite boss fight in the Wily Castle. So yeah, Bass fuses with treble. Remember, that's the power-up we're supposed to have, but we kind of had that power-up anyways. Gravity is a bit different in this room because you notice our normal jumps are going so much further than they normally ever would. That's just a thing for this fight. That gives us a bit more room to maneuver around and such. Of course, not being able to slide in Super Adapter is really makes it difficult to dodge at some points. I could flip back and forth, but I don't want to constantly be doing that. So we'll just punch base in the face. Usually I have to use an E-tank here, but sometimes I can get away with not doing that, and this was apparently one of those times. So yeah, really cool how he fused with Treble, kind of solidifying his role as like our main rep. Why I did to punch him in the face, not in the tire that's behind us. My goodness. But yeah, I would compare this game to Mega Man X5. Mega Man X5 in the sense that, you know, Mega Man X5, if you heard me complain about it, I have a lot of minor issues with it. And a lot of my complaints with Mega Man 7 are really just minor. There are a lot of minor issues. But the more I play the game, the more those things just bother me. Kind of like in Mega Man X5. And I played the heck out of Mega Man X5, way more than I've played Mega Man 7. When X5 first came out, that was like the only game I was playing for a couple months. Just trying to see all the scenes and get all the dialogue and just extract every bit of story element that I could from it. Always looking for something more, doing everything every way possible that I could think of. And then some things about the game, like the auto-scrolling stage, and having to go back to the auto-scrolling stage 3 times to collect everything you need to collect in that stage, just really wore me down, among other things in that game, but that was one of the big traits. And then some things that were really cool, like the Block Devil fight, great throwback, ends up just kind of being a slow, boring fight for me nowadays. I hate this room, by the way. It's so difficult to get anywhere around here without getting hit. It's like I can manage a couple of spots. I guess that's why the developers just threw that life up there. Because they're like, well, we know you're probably going to get hit because slow, clunky Mega Man, and you can't always see everything that you're jumping into. That's kind of the problem with the vertical rooms. It was a problem with those 2 frogs as well. Like, you're almost always going to take a hit there because you've got an enemy in a place that you can't even see that he's coming from. And this, like, I don't know what I was supposed to do there to not get hit. Luck, I don't know. And we have... I don't even know which one to call my least favorite. I don't know if it's the Wily fight. I don't know if it's this giant Gamma Turtle. I don't know if it's the Gutsman tank dozer. I know I tried to slide there and it didn't happen for some reason. Anyways, maybe I should talk strategy instead of just complain about everything all the time. So, strategy for this boss when he goes into this little turtle, send out little turtles for him. You'll notice there was a number on the little gate. I'm trying multiple weapons. I thought Scorch Wheel was his weakness. I don't remember what this thing's weakness is. Maybe it's Thunderbolt. Maybe it's this. It's not this. He's immune to that. Is it Danger Wrap? Maybe it's Danger Wrap. Ah, see, this one has a 1. So once the turtles come out, they'll start like spinning and dancing and going all over the room and hitting you and stuff. We don't want that. Normal Mega Buster shots. Yeah, his fire does that too. Locks up our controls and just drains us of some health. I really hate when our movement controls get locked, and it just happens so much in Mega Man 7. By the way, if we're keeping count, we've got 7 out of 8 Robot Masters that do that. The Guts tank that can grab you and throw you into the ceiling. And we have this thing now with its fire attack. I'm just going to start using Buster because clearly I have forgotten this thing's weakness and I'm not going to try. So your charge shot will not one-shot those turtles. If they do, you won't have enough time to charge another shot until the next one comes out. And your regular shots will just go over their head. And so then they'll come out and they'll start spinning and dancing all over the place. So what you want to use is you want to use Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt's the easy thing to use. Danger Wrap also works well against the turtles. You can set them by pressing the down and fire button and set them as bombs. Junk Shield would be okay as well. Slash Claw would probably be okay. Maybe this thing is weak to Slash Claw. Here, we'll vary this up a bit. Of course, if you don't place the bomb close enough, then this happens. And see, this is what the number 2 pattern is. They're all very annoying patterns. And he's dead. Long, slow boss fight. I don't like it. But is it my least favorite? Is it my most hated one? I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I've had a very love-hate relationship with Mega Man 7 over the years. I love the music. I love the soundtrack. Great soundtrack overall. With that, I will see you guys next time.